On the news this morning, Governor Soludo reassures of prudent, transparent management of state resources. Awka residents welcome first rain of year with a relief. Federal government cautions personnel of Nigerian Correctional Service against corrupt practices. Iran agrees to reconnect cameras and monitoring equipment at nuclear sites. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a 30th in a row maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news at 7. My name is Chidema Oranwa. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has reiterated his commitment to delivering dividends of democracy to the Anambra. Governor Soludo stated this in Awka when he inspected some ongoing road projects to ascertain the level of progress. Governor Soludo maintained that since Anambra had employed him, he would give the people his best. He said that over 260 kilometers of road are currently under construction across the 21 local government areas of the state and promised prudence and transparency in managing the state resources. He called on the people to support the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, in the forthcoming House of Assembly election to enable him to continue to deliver. According to Governor Soludo, the All Progressives Grand Alliance is determined to transform Anambra State and asks for continuous partnerships from the people. A 72-year-old woman whose body parts were cut off for money rituals by her domestic worker has been rescued. The victim hails from Umunza, Urumba South Council area of the state. Chidima Ikanyo will file on this report. Take it from her.
Ugly incident was discovered after the victim raised alarm on Thursday when one of her workers alongside two other men trapped her in her house and cut off her genital organ and some other parts of her body, including nipple, ear, and fingers, among others. It was gathered that after one of the alleged culprits, by name Onyebuchi Eze, was caught, he was said to have confessed that they were sent by a native doctor to get the needed organs of the 72-year-old for rituals to become billionaires. The alleged suspect, Onyebuchi Eze, who is from Abakaliki in Ebonyi State, said he usually helps in cutting palm trees for the aged victim and explained that they embark on the dastardly act because they want to get rich, according to the assurance of the native doctor. Speaking when she visited the woman at Chukwuemeka Odumogwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakoka, where she is receiving medical attention, the Anambra State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Honorable Ifi Obinabo, expressed sadness over the development and assured that other persons involved in the crime would also be apprehended and charged to court. Honorable Obinabo promised to work with the police in making sure that justice is served and the perpetrators brought to book in the shortest possible time.
I want to ask my children, my brothers, my sisters, what is the meaning of money? Can you just tell me the meaning of money? Something that you will get in this world and leave it and go at the end of the day. What is money that will make you to have this kind of mind to go and start inflicting this kind of injury on a fellow human being? Your own fellow human being, a woman, a mother, an old woman. From here, I'm going to State CID, and I will make sure that this case is charged to court. I will make sure that the two men are not just handled, but the person that sent them, that told them that when they get this kind of thing, that they are going to be rich, should also be arrested.
Onyebuchi Eze is currently at the State Criminal Investigation Department of the Anambra State Police Command, Awka, and will soon be arraigned before the Children and Gender-Based Violence Magistrate Court in Awka.
The Catholic Diocese of Oka has dissociated itself from the recent homily of Reverend Father Kajetan Obiekese, which has gone viral on social media, where he made some unnecessary utterances capable of destroying the long-lasting relationship it has enjoyed with the Anglican communion in Anambra State, and also capable of overheating the polity. In a release signed on behalf of the diocese by the Chancellor of the Diocese, Reverend Father Charles Ndubisi, there were some utterances against the governor of the state, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, and other politicians within and outside the state. According to the release, the Catholic Diocese of Oka said that those utterances of Reverend Father Obiekese have no mandate of the Diocese of Oka. It said that the church has inherent right, independent of any human authority, to preach the gospel to all people, for it is the church that Christ the Lord has entrusted the deposit of faith, and said this inherent right must be exercised without the laid down rules and regulations. The release said that in the content of Mass, the rule of homilistics should necessarily apply, and therefore the platform offered by the pulpit cannot be used for personal sentiment and verbal attack capable of destroying anybody's good name. The diocese is sure that it will take necessary steps to continue to teach her priest the sanctity of the pulpit, and will not hesitate to apply sanctions where necessary. Oka, the capital city of Anambra State, recorded its first rainfall for the year on Friday night, providing residents relief from the hot weather. Correspondent Kenichi Kuchkudi, who felt the pulse of the residents, reported that they acknowledged that the rains helped them to have sound sleep. His report.
Reaction, Mr. Emmanuel Edu, a resident of Nkweloka, said that many people had been anticipating the rainfall and thanked God for the downpour, which he noted started some days ago to show signs and provided cool night rest.
I'm benefiting because, one, we are buying water in this tank, 4,500 naira a week. Then when you check the money into 3 months, you will know how much it costs you. So I'm very, very grateful. That is why I'm saying all the gardeners in Oka, Anambra State as a whole, they are happy.
Another respondent, Mr. Chinedu Okoye, a resident of Okpuno in Oka Capital Territory, said the rain was received with joy due to the hot weather condition, but expressed fear that the rainfall is already threatening some inner city roads, urging the contractors to accelerate pace of work on the roads to make them motorable.
Because of heat, but somehow I be baba Kolobi n'enu. Reason I ji Kolobi n'enu bụ maka ezi Aisha aga, which na governor anyị na gbakwa mbọ ka ọ lụọ ezi bido from Unity Junction to Goodwill. Ọ na-agbakwa mbọ. But now iwe ezogo mmiri ezoro, we cannot pass through that road. No to anyị na-eje ọlụ, keke cannot pass through that road. And she's been Regina, the same thing, we cannot move. So I know, Yabatara say, Maga, addition na Teresa, Kavena, Agaunez, now, Gewu, every rain, Bido, not doing when I jagote reboot when I aganezi.
In a reaction, Mrs. Ngozi Ude, a gardener, said the rain enabled her to have a good sleep and reduce the cost of buying water for her flowers and trees in the nursery for at least a week, emphasizing the need for people who have large compounds to plant trees to enjoy the numerous benefits.
If you want trees to be inside your compound, there must be space. Trees are not meant to be close to the building because at times it will affect the building. So if you are going to put on maybe trees, as in 2 plots of land or 3 plots, so that this gap from the house to the tree will be a bit far ahead. So it's good for every building to have 1 or 2 trees in the compound so that there will be more ventilation.
A transporter, Mr. Tochfu Najide, thanked God for the rain, noting that it is almost time for the rainy season to set in, and expressed the hope that there will be bountiful harvest this year, while commending the state government for its efforts towards clearing the drainages to ensure free flow of rainwater. The respondents also urged Anambra State's Waste Management Agency to expand scope of its activities to ensure that residents properly dispose their waste at designated points rather than pouring them into drainages, and water channels. It was also observed that the 1-hour rainfall was not destructive in some parts of Awka visited by ABS.
The Ministry of Interior of Arabwishola has called on officers and men of the Nigerian Correctional Service to shun all forms of corrupt practices. He warned that corruption was capable of leading to security breaches of the custodial centers in the country. Arabwishola spoke at the passing out parade of cadets at the 28th Assistant Superintendent of Correctional Basic Course of the Nigerian Correctional Service in Kaduna. These were contained in a statement by his media advisor Shola Fashure. Arabwishola also advised officers and men of the service to be brutal in dealing with intruders who may want to violate custodial centers. He said corrections were the endpoint of the justice system and that custodial centers nationwide should remain inviolable. The International Monetary Fund has urged the Central Bank of Nigeria and other monetary authorities to de-emphasize the monetary policy as a way of tackling the resurgence of inflation. According to the report, the low interest rates and less extreme public debt levels that prevailed after the global crisis of 2008 permitted central banks to ignore what were then relatively inconsequential interactions between monetary and fiscal policy. However, during the COVID-19 crisis, circumstances changed dramatically and government spending rose sharply in many economies, the report stated. It noted that the spending was increasing. Countries were hit by supply shocks of unprecedented proportion, largely the result of pandemic-related problems such as supply chain disruptions, which added to inflation pressures. And on the foreign scene, Iran has agreed to reconnect cameras and all the monitoring equipment at its nuclear sites and increase the pace of inspections, according to the head of the United Nations Atomic Agency. Rafael Grossi made the announcement after meeting Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi and other top officials in Tehran. His visit followed the discovery of uranium particles enriched to near weapons grade level at an underground Iranian facility and came just 2 days before a quarterly meeting of the International Atomic Energy Agency's 35 Nations Board of Governors. He did not provide details about which equipment will be restored or how soon it will happen, but appeared to be referring to Iran's removal of surveillance cameras from its nuclear sites in June 2022 during an earlier standoff with the IAEA. The IAEA said Iran also issued a joint statement following Grossi's visit, saying Tehran has expressed its readiness to provide further information and access to address the outstanding safeguards issues. And over now to sports, the Gymnastics Federation of Nigeria says arrangements were on to ensure its athletes participate in the 2024 Olympics in Paris, France. Secretary General of the Federation, Davis Oludare, told the newsmen in Abuja that they were looking to qualify for the Olympics for the second time. It will be recalled that in 2020, Olympic was hosted in Tokyo, Japan, was postponed to 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic that affected activities across the globe. Uche Eke qualified to represent Nigeria at the Olympics after winning a bronze medal at the African Championships in Cairo, Egypt in 2021. He said that the federation was considering which countries to attend qualifiers as there were lots of them lined up. Oludare also said that the federation will be participating in individual events and was looking at its area of strength. He regretted that the African Games rescheduled to hosted by Ghana would not be a platform for gymnastics Olympics qualification. Remember that you can follow ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Awka. You can subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Awka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now our top stories again. Governor Soludo has reassured of a prudent, transparent management of state resources. Awka residents have welcomed the first rain of the year with relief. Federal government has cautioned personnel of Nigerian Correctional Service against corrupt practices. And on the foreign scene, we also told you that Iran has agreed to reconnect cameras, monitoring equipment at nuclear sites. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's it on the news at 7. Thank you for joining us. My name is Chidima Oranwa. Good morning.